The Fully Geeked.
Yes. What's happening, man? How's it going?
Yo, what's good?
Too good.
What's going on? Episode 67 of your favorite podcast, the Fully Geeked Pod.
Come on.
Yep.
Jeez.
Four of us back in the building today. Rich, welcome back from your. I don't know where you were, to be honest. Your hiatus. Richard came down to the end and said he's had too much fun. He didn't want to be on the podcast last week. So
Basically, that's exactly what it was, you know.
That's the thing is, I wish it was
Fresh HD and everything, you know. Look at him.
I know.
okay. Hold on. So you guys notice how crispy I look? The crisp biscuits.
Where's the mic today, though?
Exactly.
You know,
the fake mic.
No. Hold on. One, it's not a fake mic, right? Two, I left my sound card in London, and that's obviously without the sound card, I can't connect the mic, so I'm using my laptop mic for today. But I'm glad you guys realized that I'm using my my Canon DSLR. You can stream from a Canon camera now. If you've got a Canon camera at home, you can stream from it. Why not?
Ain't gonna lie, it looks alright, you know. Ain't gonna lie.
Of course it does. It looks phenomenal.
Them advertising there, you know.
We're not being sponsored or nothing, Rich.
Exactly.
You gave them so much airtime, boy.
Proper.
Actually, I did my investigation work and I found one or two things that could use to advantage.
All right, excellent. All right, well, it's episode 67, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So the 6 and the 7, I don't know what it means, but 6 to 7 equals 13, and 13 is unlucky for some. I don't know, bro. Whatever, innit?
Halloween week, yeah?
I don't know, bro. I was just trying to do the numbers thing, but it didn't really work for me. You know, I'm trying to be like, sometimes I'm trying to be a rapper. I'm trying to be, you know what I mean?
Sometimes. Have you seen the bloody titles for all the episodes? That's all Nathan, by the way, yeah. He's the guy. Trying to be a rapper, bruv. Wordplay, metaphors, all of that. Man like Malcolm, you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. You punk.
Malcolm in the middle.
All right, people. Anyway, episode 67. Let's just start. All right. We'll start with the weekly update roundup. Call it what you wish. It seems that more cities are kind of coming into this whole tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 thing. I think the latest news was Nottingham is supposed to be going into tier 3 as of tomorrow. Yeah. There was even talks of them making up a tier 4. Like, I don't understand how you just create the system and then you're going to actually add extras now.
It's pathetic.
I'm over this.
Yeah, and they're possibly going to start doing more circuit breaks. So I think they've had a circuit break in Wales, was it? I think Wales have got a circuit break at the moment where they've given everyone like a 2-week off lockdown thing. But they then had this thing where basically you're only allowed to shop and buy essential goods. So a woman being on her womanly stuff, she went to Tesco's to go and buy some sanitary equipment. And she was told that it's not part of the essential stuff and she couldn't buy it.
What?
Absolute.
Which is, it's a bit of a mazza. I don't understand it. Like, there's pictures of them like taping off complete rows. Like, they've got clothes in there and all of this stuff. They're like, nah, cutlery, knives and fork, none of it is essential. You literally can buy food and drink and that is it. But
why are they going on so tight? I don't understand.
I think they've just kind of interpreted the rules a little bit too harshly.
Yeah,
I mean, they're shutting alcohol like it's no one's business.
Oh, that's essential. Then,
yeah,
you know
that's essential. You know, come on, it's British. But you know what I mean. We could buy alcohol. No offense.
Get in there.
But I mean, we can buy alcohol, but yeah, you can't buy sanitary equipment because apparently that's not right.
Yeah, just like you said, I think they just read way too much into it and just went OTT massively. I get the whole process, what's required, but really, I think this is the thing, right? Sometimes common sense doesn't come into play in certain things like this, and sanitary towels coming, man. It's a fundamental for women. It's a must.
Yeah. I think Tesco apologized afterwards, like said that they're going to reevaluate whatever's going on, and hopefully you can buy it from tomorrow or whatever. But it's a bit of a liberty, do you know what I mean? Because I'm assuming you don't go Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming you go there when you're in need of it, not like, oh, I'm buying this for next month. Do you know what I mean? So she needed it there and then.
Nah, you're just putting your whole little spin on it, bro. We don't know the ins and outs of it, bro.
Yeah.
No, I
Man's
don't.
Just put some horror visions in my head, bro. No.
Nah, come on, it can't be. It's not horror, bro. That's nature, bro. It's nature.
No,
But to be fair,
it's horror to me.
Realistically, they should know the cycle, right?
Yeah. I was trying to get more female listeners. All right. All right. Also with this COVID thing, bruv, I don't want to do this stuff again. So last week, 2 months ago, it was on Eat Out to Help Out. A couple of months before that, we gave Rashford the MBE because of all of his outstanding work that he was doing, making sure that kids were getting fed over like the Easter holidays and the half-term holidays. He said that, look, during this lockdown, I think you should probably still feed the kids over half-term. All the MPs went to vote and randomly, they all voted no. Well, not they all didn't, but no basically won. So they said, no, the kids should not be fed over half-term. Doesn't matter if you're poor and all the rest of it. Sort yourselves out. And don't get me wrong, I understand normally they would have to sort themselves out. But in this kind of climate, is that right?
No.
Considering that all the MPs all get like lunch vouchers themselves, or they all get a lunch allowance. So let me not say lunch vouchers.
Pay rises and all sorts.
So
Yeah.
it went so bad that you've got all of these random kind of shops and businesses saying, look, if you need to feed your kids, just come here and we'll feed them.
Like, these were the first one, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, McDee's, yeah. They came out first to support Rashford.
That's
Then
ridiculous.
everyone else started coming.
Make their kids eat that nonsense. I'd rather not, bruv.
No, but come on, listen, right? First of all, from the government perspective, why are they saying no? I just don't get that.
Like, I don't know how much it's going to cost them, innit? I have no idea how much it costs to feed all the kids that are free school meals over the week, but surely it can't be that much that, do you know what I mean? You're just saying no, like that blanket.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The government, they think differently.
They got the priorities, isn't it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to remember though, the budget has gone out the window.
Yeah, the budget.
So it's like, obviously I don't know the ins and outs of their budget and what they can afford to give. But come on, you must have a little something in the kitty for the stuff, well, for the hungry kids. Them, you know what I mean?
But if you really think about that budget that was due to COVID, that budget was probably over the next 5-6 years. They've blown in one year.
Yeah,
but still, there's no reason why they just should say.
Whereas with the Western world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still think, do you know what I mean, you could have fed them a little bit, do you know what I mean? And even then, there's a lot of stuff I'm just not really understanding with the whole money thing. And I guess it is what it is, but I would have thought that, especially as a PR kind of thing, even if you didn't really want to, the amount of pressure, I would have said, okay, yeah, cool, we'll do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've now got the whole country turning against the government, thinking you lot are tight and you lot don't care about the kids and all that kind of stuff. So it would have, for me, it would have been like, you might as well just say, all right, cool, yeah, we'll try and do something.
I saw today that Oswald's feeding all the North London schools as well.
Yeah, and he's fed up loads of kids in Barnet as well.
Yeah.
But was it Ozil?
Yeah,
man.
No number kid. That's good. That's good of him.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. But yeah, so that's what's happening in the Western world. It's all gone a bit tits up. But across the world, at the moment, Kel, there's a bit of a movement going, the hashtag Pray for Africa. So
Yeah.
As our Western African correspondent.
Speaking live from Ghana.
So what's happening? What's going on over there?
Like, obviously, like, people know that, every country has their issues, every continent has their issues in it. But it's like, of late, there's been, because of social media and stuff, it's becoming more visual and more vocal in the sense of all the issues are being brought forward and to, making people to be alerted to what's going on in Africa as well. So, like, obviously, you got the SARS in Nigeria. That was the start of it, basically, the whole SARS thing. And then, obviously, there's been some child trafficking in Ivory Coast and Ghana. I think it's kids coming into Ghana to do some work in certain mines and stuff like that.
Okay, where are they coming from?
Like Mali,
Okay.
Burkina Faso, like the northern part of Africa, them places there. Do you know what I mean? And then you got issues in Cameroon, where I don't know if you know, but obviously Cameroon was colonized by France, right?
Yeah.
But there was on the eastern part of Cameroon, there's like a small, not small, but it's like probably like 10% of the country is like English, because the English ruled that part for a while, and then I think that they gave it up to the French. But that part of Cameroon still speak English. So there's like some civil war between the English side and the French side, which is stupid. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just stupid. You're the same people, but just because you speak English, they speak French, we're enemies. Do you know what I mean? It's divide and conquer, innit? So there's I think it's called the Anglo, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, something like they're beefing over, because basically I think that the English side want the independence in it, and the French people say, nah, you're not going nowhere, basically. So it's bare fighting there. Those are the main ones that I know, but obviously there's other stuff going on. I think Congo's been ongoing for years, man. Congo, there's always been like some civil war there in Congo, and other places in Africa as well. There's little unrest like Sudan, southern Sudan and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what we could do as a people in the Western world, whatever, but just make it like what everyone's doing on social media. Just
increase awareness and that.
Yeah, increase their awareness, man. That's all we can do, bro. You know what I mean? Hopefully other countries can jump in and help.
You know what? I've never, when you said pray to Africa, I thought, what's that about? I just had no idea. And I just quickly Googled and I see like obviously the stuff that you pointed out on there. And I thought, wow, when was this kind of trending online?
Yeah, it's been trending for about a week now, I've seen.
Yeah.
Because after the SARS thing, then everyone started saying, it's not this Nigeria. There's this, there's that, there's that as well. So
yeah, because I was listening to about the SARS thing, because they were saying it started with the whole SARS thing, but actually there's so much more happening in Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not even just about the police thing. The police thing is one aspect of it. There's people that are complaining about stuff like electricity, running water, all the kind of fundamentals of like things that Nigeria should have in place that they don't currently have in place, kind of thing. And I guess we'll talk about that more. We'll talk about kind of some of the programs we're watching, but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. But even from Nigeria perspective, everyone's forgot about Imabaka Basu. Oh, what's that Islamic terrorist group?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. To all those women, innit?
Yeah, so everyone forgets about that and SARS, but these guys are just murdering, slaughtering people all day long. Do you know what I mean? And they had, I think, was it about 5-6 years ago, there was a massive thing highlighted in Nigeria about them and how they were terrorists, etc. And like I said, Kel mentioned when they kidnapped all those women and children. So yeah, that is still happening, but I think people have forgotten about that.
And we've got South Africa as well, with this murking anyone that's not South African. Like let's say I'm Ghanaian, I go there, I build a business doing really well. Bro, if South Africa comes murk you, there's a video footage of them burning a Nigerian on the streets because he's got a successful business, but he's not South African. Like I think what they call it is xenophobia.
Xenophobia.
It's just
that's mad, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that these things happen in this world, you know.
It's also crazy to think that these things are happening in 2020 with all the stuff that seems to be going on. You know, like 2020 is such a bit of a shit show. Like we're thinking about, we can't go outside and we can't go to the pub or whatever. We can't be outside after 10 o'clock. And all this stuff is still happening across the world. It's mental, bro.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Africa are not really as much affected as across Europe in regards to
COVID.
So to them, it's like, what these guys are doing over there? Just don't bring it over here. That's what they're thinking. Let's just get on with our thing there. And everything there continues to continue, innit?
Yeah, man.
But yeah. So go on.
No, I was going to say just hashtag pray for Africa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Like keep Africa in your prayers. I know a lot of the social media and a lot of people's WhatsApp statuses last week were having like candles, Nigerian colored candles and all that kind of stuff and all that. So Yeah, so you get me, Africa, we support you, we stand with you. We know you're not a country, you're a continent, so we stand with the whole continent, you know what I mean? But yeah. All right.
Real talk.
Also, slightly going back to England with this whole COVID stuff. I got sent a WhatsApp the other day about people, like obviously, so Boris is now telling everybody that you want to stop working, go work, don't work, all of this kind of stuff. And they were doing saying stuff like, obviously, we want people to become healthier and all that stuff. So there was this WhatsApp that came to me last week, and it said that basically they're now charging personal trainers to use the parks in Tower Hamlets. So if, for example, in Vicky Park, if you are running 1 to 6 sessions a week and you have, say, 3 to 10 clients, they're charging you an annual fee of £480.
Jeez.
If you're really successful when you're doing sessions like at least 7 sessions a week, and say you've got 21 to 30 clients, they're charging you almost £1,500. And it goes, and different parks have different prices. Like Vicky Park is like your premium. So Vicky Park is a parking that crosses between Hackney and Tower Hamlets in London, for those who are international listeners. And if you've got 2 or less clients, so say, for example, you're not successful, but you're just training your brethren, they're charging you an annual fee of £240. And
So
you got, I don't know, and you got a day rate. So they'll charge you like £50 a day.
So have they got like inspectors that walk around and say, "Show me your card"?
This is exactly what I was going to say. How is it? How are people?
How they policing it?
Yeah.
Bruv, you know that they've probably got a whole new force for that, just especially for
Trust
that.
me.
There's an uncle in a uniform that's walking around. Excuse me, can I see your pass? He's got a video camera, he's taking pictures, everything. All of a sudden, they just turn up at your doorstep with a fine, bro.
No, because do you know what it is, right? I just said to myself, COVID is happening. People are stressing out about training and everyone trying to keep focus on something else apart from COVID. And the only way they can go was to go into the park at one point, right? Everyone's told to go to the park. Now your PTs come up and say, "Hey, you know what? Let's train in the park." Now you want to charge your PT, and you're thinking, where are our priorities here?
The thing is that PTs are the ones struggling because obviously, gyms are back open now, but a lot of their clients are like threatened to go in the gym because they're like, you know what? It's
exactly.
Yeah. So it's just weird. Like the government's effed up. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess, man. Honestly.
And do you know what it is? It's not like we live in a country where it's sunny all year round. No, we don't. Right? Because as soon as this PT start, come on guys, let's go. Next week, sir, lads. It's raining.
Session done. Yeah, we're going to cancel this one. Home session.
This is what I'm trying to say. It's like, come on, man. Let's just be serious. If I was a PT and someone come to me and said, "You owe me money," I'd just, mate, you better start jogging quickly.
Well, this is it. Do you know what I mean? I might have to you'd have to tell, do you know what I mean? From outside the park. All right, squats. Burpees, mate, burpees.
Over the fence today. I'm a tannoid.
That'll be so hilarious.
Jessica, I'm watching you. Squat properly.
And do you know what it is, right? The person, the inspector will be so angry with you. Like, he'll call the police and everything.
Trust me.
That's mad. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's mental. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I think at the moment, like I said, the government are doing, and I get they're trying to make revenue or whatever, but charging PTs to use the park is a bit of a mad thing, considering that we already pay for the park using our council tax.
Yeah. But imagine they started charging everyone just to go to the park.
Yeah.
Won't be surprised.
Desperate measures, mate, I tell you.
Definite desperate measures.
But from last week's pod, you guys were talking about the congestion charges. That is the next drastic measures. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything more from that, but I'm genuinely hoping that doesn't come into play. And if it does come into play, I'm expecting some form of discount for people that live in the area that they're going to start charging.
No, but it makes sense. I don't know how it is in Central.
No, it makes sense. Yes, but sense doesn't make sense in Britain, mate.
Yeah, like I said, to be fair, I was supposed to research. I'm sure they do get a discount if you live in the congestion zone already. But for me, that's a madness. I already pay road tax. I already pay parking outside my house. For you to now add another tax on me is a bit of a liberty.
What, are you the first car?
What do you mean? What? How many cars I have in my house?
Yeah,
mate. Nate's balling, Nate. He's got like 4 or 5.
No, see, this is what I'm trying to say. No, like I tried to look at Richard, like, just stop, yeah. Now you're gonna have haters looking at me like, why has he got so many cars in his house?
But why do you have so many cars in your house? I didn't know that, but obviously, Kel.
We have a lot of drivers.
Balling.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll move on from that one there, mate. All right.
5 cars, imagine. What kind of teacher are you, mate?
You know what I mean? Them teachers there,
Save the world.
All right. Now I've got to start telling you that I'm the only person that gets the Fully Geek pod check. Yeah. All right, guys. Allow it. All right. So, a bit of sad news. There was a former youth team player. His name is Jeremy. Is it Whitson? Whiston.
Yeah.
17 years old. Used to be a centre back at Man City. And he joined City's elite squad at under 13 level from like 2016. And apparently he passed away recently due to the fact that he got dropped from Man City.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking, like, when it happened, I was like, you know what? There's not cancelling, but you got to think about these youth, like, where their whole dreams and aspirations, and like, obviously, you get dropped from Man City. Cool. Look at Sancho. He was dropped from Man City, but man's in Dortmund. Like, there needs to be some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of like, cancel where they can go to and speak to when they're feeling down or depressed. I've been kicked out of Arsenal. What's my options now? What can I do? This and that. They have to be able to speak to someone.
No,
do you know what I mean?
No, but the thing is, they have that for football players in general. When the youth
team though, do you have
no. But this is what I'm thinking. I think they would have that of some sort if they're getting dropped. But I don't know. It depends. It depends who the club is, right?
Well, the horrible thing about football is, especially like youth team football, is you can be the dog's bollocks one week, the next week you're out on your arse. So especially at youth football, because they're only trying to look for the elite. Like 1 minute you think you're doing well, the next minute you could be dropped, you could be going from team to team, all that kind of stuff. And so would you say that's down to the club? Would you say it down to the parents? Would you say it's down, like, who would you blame? Like,
a bit of everyone.
And this is one of the reasons I don't really want my son playing football. Like, I tried so hard not to get him into football because I never wanted him to get to this stage where, like, he believes he's going to be the next whatever. And if things don't go his way, then, like, what does he become? Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to think, all these kids, they put all their hopes and dreams, aspirations. Imagine you get to Man City. All right, scrap Man City. Imagine you get to Chelsea, yeah? Imagine you're at Chelsea. You're in the Chelsea youth team. Your team is sick. You're winning the Youth Cup. You're winning this. You're winning European Cups, because that's what the Chelsea youth team are doing. You think you fully made it. Bro, some of them Chelsea youth can't even get in the first team.
Yeah. Now, isn't it? Yeah, now they can't, yeah.
You get me? Who got transferred to not Crystal Palace, Fulham the other day from Chelsea?
Shit. You got double barrel name in it.
Yes. My man, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you think to yourself, Loftus-Cheek, yeah?
Loftus-Cheek, that's it.
You think to yourself, like, Loftus-Cheek, bruv, like, you've made it. You're sick. You're better than certain man. Bruv, you've now gone to Fulham, bruv, who are going to get relegated.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, even when you think you've made it, you could be getting paid $100,000 a week, bruv, and you still ain't made it.
Yeah, and he's still young, young as well.
And that's
his career can just keep going down and down and down.
And that's my thing. So I guess once you've tasted that kind of the high life, you don't really want to go and play at them lower league clubs.
But there's the upside as well, where like Arsenal signed Eddie Nketiah from Chelsea, but Chelsea said, "Mate, you're too small. Like, for a striker, you're too small, mate. Get out of here." But Arsenal, picked him up, and look, he's like the top scorer for the England under-21s now. He's not regular for Arsenal, but he does his little appearances here and there. So there's a positive side to it as well, where because Eddie Nketiah is not an elite athlete or elite footballer where you be like, right, he's the next.
No, never ever.
He's the next Rooney. He's the next Rooney, but he's got some potential. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, yes, for the youth, it's hard, man. It's hard. So I feel for the family and his friends. You know what I mean? It's a big RIP, man.
Sad.
Yeah, it's sad. I saw the article and I thought, wow. I thought, when you just think at that age, you think, no, you'll be all right. Just move on.
You're young. You're young, man.
Because you're still young.
You got Man City on your CV. Like, that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
so
But
to me,
I would imagine that they have some sort of support services in the like with these
youth.
Anyway. Like the youth, like just obviously, like you said, it's not you put all your hopes and dreams into one thing, but whilst you're doing this, then if just in case anything was to happen under different circumstances, there has to be some form of like counselling for them or whatever. Like, so would that be in place, you reckon?
I definitely know for professionals they got the PFA. I definitely know for footballers they got the PFA. For the youth, I'm not sure because
I think because there's so much of them coming in and out.
There's so many of them that are here today, gone tomorrow. That are going from City to United to Chelsea to I mean that
Chelsea did all their loans.
Just getting around the place. So sometimes it's generally about, I guess, you as an individual and do you have the tenacity and the drive to just keep it going.
I don't know. I just thinking about parents and stuff like that and what they, how they felt about the situation and how much support they gave to their son.
And he was from Malawi as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he probably thought, you think, wow, I'm gonna be that guy that'll bring all the money to the family and blah blah blah, or whatever. I'm sure the family were like bragging, like, yes. No, you know what the family? I have no idea who the family is, but there was certain situations where the family just put pressure on that. Yeah, my son, Man City, he's gonna be the next, the next company and blah blah blah. Do you know all that kind of stuff? So in his mind, when Man City dropped to me, he's thinking, oh shit, like I'm gonna have to go home, tell my family that I'm gassed that I'm playing for Man City. That they kick me out and all that kind of pressure, the pressure.
It's too much. Yeah. And some families from poor backgrounds, no matter what country they come from,
even more, they'll gas up even more. Yeah,
you're paying most of the time. Even when you talk about you're getting X amount of bags a week, bro, you're paying for the village, fam.
Well, too.
You're paying for the village. You know what I mean? So, R.I.P. Jeremy Whiston. Do you know what I mean? It's not a nice thing.
R.I.P. bro.
Also, going back, Richard, to what we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks with Channel U. I've now seen that Channel U have a date that they're now coming back on. They are coming back on, what day was it?
13th.
13th of November. 30th of November, and I think they're taking over one of them Sky.
Yeah, one of them Sky channels.
Funny music channels. But obviously it's going to be on Virgin as well. And they're also going to be showing the release of a grime documentary, Against the Odds, that's done by Femi and Nikki.
Yeah.
So I think they said they're going to show the film 3 times on that day. And we broadcast on Channel U. And I think they're also going to show it on the Link Up TV's YouTube channel at the same time. And then from then, Channel U will be launched again.
I saw some pictures today of the Ill Out show.
Oh, yeah. Ill Out show with Ace and Viz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ace and Viz, yeah.
How's it looking?
Because I thought they had some beef in it because I was seen together in time. But so today it was good, man. It was Ace
what they're bringing back the Ace and they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
They're
bringing it back. Ill Out show, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
On Channel U itself.
Oh, Channel U, yeah.
Oh, same. Yeah. I like what you said. I thought they had beef, and because they parted ways. Like
that's what I thought. I thought they parted ways. Yeah.
It was on. They had it on. What was Viz's show that he did with? Remember, Viz had a show that was on YouTube. Him and Charmaine from Face for Models and
Not for the Radio.
Not for the Radio. NFTR. They spoke about it on NFTR still.
Oh, seeing. Okay, big. That'd be interesting. It'd be good to see Channing you back. Obviously, those rumors is coming back. Then it's not coming back, and you think, okay.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out who's behind it because I mean, I'm sure we can run some ideas of TV shows and stuff past them.
Trust me, you know what I mean?
Fully Geek Pod on Channel U.
Come on. Why
Imagine.
not?
Let's put it out there in the ether, you know.
Trust me, man. Put it out in the universe.
Get me? We got Biggie D, legendary grime producer. We got Kel, legendary originator from Channel U rapper. And then
We got man like Malcolm, actor. Get me?
Me and Merv, like, do you know what I mean? We're just, hey, I'm on it.
Well, where's my title, man? Innit? I'll just be Merv, innit? Like,
nah, I was trying to think, Merv. I was hoping someone was going to help me.
The ultimate graphic designer.
Okay, it's like that, yeah.
No. I ain't gonna lie. We've been getting a lot of remarks about our videos and our trailers and that. Merv is the guy that's been putting that. Merv has been putting the guy. Literally, I got people that like look forward to it every week. You get me? So that's Merv. Top corner, Superman jumper.
Nice save,
Come
man.
on.
Save,
Big
nice
up.
Yeah. Big up the Superman hoodie, bro.
Jeez.
Big up that one person that picked up Merv.
Let's move on now.
Yes. All right, people. Is there anything else that's going on in the news like recently that you think everyone should know about or you want to mention?
Just want to mention that what's her name? Adele hosted Saturday Night.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I heard that she did some singing as well.
Yeah, that was quite funny, man. It's quite funny. Like,
so what happened?
I know, like Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So every episode,
It's
they have a different host.
Talk show.
Okay.
Yeah, like a sketch show, innit?
They have a sketch show.
Oh, okay.
Keenan from Keenan and Kel's on there and all that kind of stuff.
Like Eddie Murphy and all that. Like, so.
Oh, okay.
Like her turn basically. So she was saying that she was quite nervous about doing it, but I watched a couple of clips of it. It's probably funny, man.
All right, cool. I love a butchers of that still. I love a butchers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the weekly roundup. Shout out Marlon. I know some of you have been like asking where he is. Marlon's good, and he'll be back with us hopefully next week.
Well, Marlon's got fans, yeah.
Yeah, Marlon's got fans. Mike, I'm not sure if Mike's gonna come back. Yeah.
Shout out to Mike.
Mike, if you get deleted from the WhatsApp group, it wasn't me.
It was Rich's fault. It was his idea.
Yes. All right, people. I know we got rid of our regular shows, but there was one episode left of a show we were reviewing, which was Enslaved with Samuel L. Jackson. Episode 4, which was the final episode.
Yeah.
Did you man watch it?
Yeah, man. Big.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that was a nice episode, man. It's like, although obviously it's still about the slavery and stuff, but it was nice that what's his name, Samuel Jackson went back to Gabon, isn't it?
Gabon.
Gabon.
And he was and what was fascinating is that they were so like, because he traced his roots back in his ancestors to that country.
That tribe.
Yeah, he went back there, and they was all fascinated that like someone from America is actually traced back to our country. I thought when they were saying that, I thought they were going to say like, celebrities actually come from our country and stuff, innit? But yeah, they just said someone from America, so that was a big deal for them, innit? And they had that whole celebration. Yeah. What did they call him again? Was it
ritual?
Uketi or something like
that? Iketi or
Iketifi
or something.
Yeah. And you had to sort of go and find out. You had to go and obtain all these items to sort of, the ritual, like the broom, torch, the white cloth,
cane, and the cane.
Yeah, the cane. Yeah. Do you know what that reminded me of? Apprentice, and you know that
when he writes 10 random things on his paper, you gotta run around and look for it.
Apprentice wear, but like, nah. Yeah, that was good, man.
No, was it? Yeah. And then even, like, I'm an idiot, but you see, like when they said look for the torch, in my head, I'm looking for an actual torch in it. So when the guy gives him like this stick, and I'm thinking that's not a torch, bro. Like, it's not a torch. I don't mug him off in it. It's not a torch. And then when he lights it, I was like, okay, you know what? in there it might be a torch, but obviously over here that's just like you're just walking around with a fire in your hand. But no, it was very good. It was.
I was expecting some Duracell operated torch.
Yeah, or like some hand wind up when you get from IKEA or something. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was a good episode. I think it was a good series altogether.
No, it was.
It was definitely.
Yeah.
Your people in it. They're like a couple of St. Lucian rebels.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's right.
A couple of St. Lucian rebels were like. It's sad because think about it. The French came. They fought off the French. Like get out. We're free people now. Then the British just came and said, "Nah, blood, you're back to slavery, bruv. Come here." Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine the heartbreak that must have felt like feeling like after a victory, and then the British just come with all their guns and all that shit and just put you back in slavery.
And speaking of the British as well, like they were saying about London in what is it, 1807, how they decided like no, it's not right to I think that not abolish slavery altogether, but just stop the
treating them like cattle,
or even just having slaves kind of coming back into and from London. I think it was something along that. But even when they showed that man, he was where they tied the woman up. Like, like pulling her up and down until she died.
Yeah. Horrific.
And obviously they had all pictures of it and how they made the print and sending it everywhere. And it's like when everyone saw this, they're like, "This is not cool, man." It's like
it's not cool.
It's bad enough enslaving people, but now you're just
killing them for fun, bro.
It's a mockery.
So it's good that people just started to recognize that.
Apparently, that's what caused the uproar. That was what caused people to sign the petition and stuff to stop the slavery.
Yeah, man.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
And that explained why the captain of the ship didn't want to board closer to land, because he believed that obviously they're the kind of things that would then come about his ship. So that's why he stayed in the middle of the ocean or what have you. And then obviously the ship had an accident and stuff.
Right.
Like it was even just the fact that obviously they got their whole diving group, and I can't remember what they were called, but like they go and dive and they see all the artifacts underneath the ground and all this kind of thing. You think to yourself like, why has no one ever done this before?
Yeah,
like
I know.
Why have you just taken Samuel Jackson and people to come? Randomly, like, because all of you know is there. Like all of like so many of them have got a story.
The thing is, it's written down that a ship like sunk right there. They know where. I mean, no one's even bothered to go and check it out or nothing.
When you think about the ocean, it's scary. The things that are just on the bed of the ocean, like that are just there from hundreds of years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's quite scary.
And it's still parts of the ocean that we still haven't investigated or seen what's going on.
And we won't get to see, like, I mean, there's parts of the ocean we'd never get to see. But it was like I said, for me, and then like when they talked about all the bricks of the stuff being underneath the ocean, and they go down, they see all the bricks and all
Costa Rica.
And they couldn't take, like, I was thinking at first, why don't you just like excavate? But I guess you can't really just start taking stuff up off the water and all that.
Why not? I didn't get it. Why not though?
But some things are protected.
It's been there but it's been there for hundreds of years. I mean,
because some of the things that they can only just sort of go down and take photographs and they create that sort of 3D models of it and all that. Because some of the areas are protected where you can't actually take anything. You just literally explore it.
Yeah, I don't know who owns it, but you know what I mean, somebody's
probably the government of Costa Rica or whatever. Probably is part of there. But it was nice to see, because you always get like stories in it, like my great grandmom or my great grandfather told me that blah 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 happened. So just to know that story was actually true, that the ship capsized, whatever, and they were able to escape, and just imagining that you're in a slave ship, and then there's no one about, and then you just make a little home in some forest. Do you know what I mean? And it's man, it's just nice to hear, man.
And I think it's also nice that the people of Costa Rica kind of also acknowledge that, because at the time they were looking hella Latino-ish. I don't know if that's the right word.
Some of them were. Some of them looked
some
black,
of them black, and some of them looked Latino. But even the Latinos were still acknowledging that their forefathers were African slaves. You know what I mean? Which I thought was, because sometimes people are just like, no, that's not me, or they're just denying that whole kind of heritage thing. And then I saw there was a little bit where obviously one of the divers, she meets her like family members,
Cousins.
cousins on the beach. Like I wasn't sure why they put it in.
I know. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Like I was like, okay, cool. Like I don't know, man. It just seemed weird.
They got some AIDS-free screen time. You know, I was like, hey,
like, and
for no reason.
They didn't even look like they really wanted to be there, kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Nah, man. They didn't care what the hell was going on.
Like,
I was my cousin.
Like, and even then, it's my long lost cousin. I've never met the person. I've only met them online and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. Like people giving hugs, and the kids didn't care. They were just throwing stones in the water. I was like, yeah, I think you.
You know, once those cameras stop rolling, get out.
Get off of me. I'll tell Granddad. You know what I mean? But yeah. But I thought it was a good series. I thought it was a good. It was a good insight to parts of the kind of journey across the waters and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely, yeah.
Which is, I guess, is a part that you don't really ever think about. Whenever we talk about the whole slavery thing, we always kind of talk about them taking from Africa and them just being in the Americas, and we don't ever talk about. We talk about, obviously they went in like packed out ships and all the rest of it on their journey, but we never ever really kind of look at all those other things and all the kind of stuff that for those thousands and millions that didn't make it across the waters.
Yeah, all the in-betweens, isn't it? So,
yeah. So I thought it was a good series. I thought it was a nice little show.
Definitely.
That's Enslaved. That's on BBC. You can catch on iPlayer and stuff.
Just a quick question before we move on. You and Merv, are you lot? It's just like, you know, like a lot of African Americans that want to trace their roots back to Africa to see where they're from in Africa. Do you guys are really interested in that to see which part of Africa you're from, or you don't?
Yeah.
Like,
well, apparently my family are from Ghana anyway.
Okay.
Like, yeah, so
Okay.
that's
Etison.
Yeah. So
Chalet.
all that.
So, you know what? The only thing that Merv's happy about is jollof rice, isn't it?
Say this straight.
The keys
have claim to it now.
Man knows about the combi stew, innit?
No, Caribbean's good as well.
But there's levels in it. There's different.
There are levels.
There's levels. When I had it in Africa, I was fire out of my nose, bro. Straight.
What about you, Nate? Do you know?
No, I actually don't know what it is. Like I tell people I think I know where I'm from. Like I think I'm from Ghana and that. And this, I know it's definitely West Coast, yeah. But I don't know what part. I don't know what part, to be honest. I am. The thing is, I don't know how to look at it. I know they do that kind of thing where they do your DNA thing and you send it off. But like I don't know how real that is, innit? But I'll do it, like, and to trace ancestry, like, and then just come back and say, oh, you're 2% South African, 39% Japanese, and all this. I don't know how. You know what I mean? It's just like how.
That's the thing about the diaspora, because obviously slavery came for the whole of West Africa, yeah. So it's like you guys obviously would have like a Gabonese would have mixed with a Nigerian and a Nigerian mixed with a Ghanaian, because think about it, you're all in one ship from different parts of West Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you guys will have a mixed kind of genes all over West Africa, but obviously you probably have a more dominant one. So I'm sure like Samuel Jackson's got like a piece of all parts of Africa, but his probably most dominant gene was Gabon. So like it's more than 50% Gabon or stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. Let me. While you're talking, let me find out how much.
Yeah. I think it costs 70 something quid. I can't remember. I've literally got one on my other side of the table to do.
Okay.
You, bruv, you know look at your nostrils, bruv. You're from the village in the desert of Ghana, bruv.
I'm done. I took it there, you know.
Oh gosh, I can tell you, don't waste your money, Rich. I can tell you exactly.
I'm gonna reach over and just get a muzzle now, bro, to wear for the rest of the
I'm gonna do one. They've got it's on discount at the moment. It's on discount for the next 5 days. It's actually £49 as opposed to £79. I'm gonna order one.
I can't believe the disrespect. No, but the problem with this kind of stuff, right? Especially, I don't know, in particular individuals, what I've seen in the past, right? People have taken them. You know, when you're someone, I know where I'm from, blah blah. Mentally, it's affected them because that's what happens. You think, all these years, the family thought they're from this part. This person believed they're from this part of the country, this part of the world, not realizing they're not from that at all. That they've got no heritage to that part of the country. It does play people's mind, and people have in the past been affected by that, not knowing where they are, and they feel totally lost.
That's why. No,
just saying, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true because you're still you feel all over the place, really, innit? Kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's not saying people shouldn't. Obviously, it's good to find out your heritage and everything else, but don't. Some people, after you read so much into it, you feel lost. You think, "Who am I?" And people always want to be kind of like want to be owned, but you want not owned. I don't know what's the right word.
They want
to be associated.
Belonging to something, and not knowing where they come from. Now it's just like, oh, what now? Who am I? I'm just saying. It's just sometimes.
But yeah.
I just think sometimes it's just being cautious and why you want to do it.
Your expectations, isn't it?
Yeah. You got to manage your expectations. Well, I'm from Jamaica, so
that's what I mean. Caribbeans are different because they've made their own culture. They've made their own. Do you know what I mean? Like everything. So I don't think the Caribbeans have that as much as the Americans. Because
the Americans definitely, because like I said, I've spoken to a lot of African Americans.
We'll put it this way. Let's say 200 years from now, like obviously we've got children. Our children, like we can start from here, innit? Do you know what I mean? That much, so
it's true. It's so true.
Let's start that legacy from now, mate.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm definitely gonna. I'll get into that. I think the results come in 4 weeks, so like beginning of December. Holler at me and I'll let you know where I'm from, man.
Viewers, listeners, this will be your first exclusive. Where Nate's really from.
I'll tell you what, man will even open it on the pod. I'll even open it on the pod.
Jeez,
come on.
If I cry, we're deleting the episode, but I'll open it on the pod.
You're straight from Congo, straight.
Straight, bro. As long as anyways, the Europeans. But which brings me on to another. It was a good program, to be honest. Kel put in the group. It was called Journey of an African Colony, and I think it was a little bit different because obviously Enslaved talked to us about the journey of the Africans that went over who were enslaved, should I say, and going over to the Americas. And it was more about the colonization of Africa and what happened to Africa post the slavery or during the slavery and after slavery.
What happened to the blacks that were left?
Yeah,
Africa,
and in particular, this series focused on what is now known as Nigeria.
It's always been called Nigeria. That's the thing. Well,
I was thinking, why do they call it Niger?
No, because the Niger River, isn't it?
Yeah,
but there is a country called Niger.
There is.
Yeah.
But like I call Niger for short as part of this. Instead of saying the whole name.
They call themselves Niger as well. That's what they call themselves.
Oh, okay.
But Nigeria was the name that the European colonizers gave it to them.
Yeah, and it's so strange because everyone's changed their name in Africa. Like obviously, we were Ghana's Gold Coast. We changed it straight away. Okay, well, Ivory Coast is still called Ivory Coast as well. Yeah, there's a few countries that kept their name.
Rhodesia, Zimbabwe. There's a lot of them had changed their names.
Yeah,
but Nigeria was one that they just kept the word Nigeria.
Just kept it.
And it's a 7-part series, and it's about half an hour each episode.
Yeah. I didn't finish all the episodes, but yeah.
I watched all 7. I'm not gonna lie. I actually watched all 7.
Wow,
but I found it deeply, deeply interesting. It made me think though. There was the Europeans. Yeah.
It was a game to them, innit? It's just a game. Yeah, it was a game.
It's messed up. Like it's actually messed up.
It was like, it was like bragging rights between
each other.
Yeah, it's bragging rights. I got this land. Oh, my land's better than your land. Okay, I'm gonna conquer that land. But them conquering other lands, they're massacring people.
Like, they literally said there was one point they said, we just divided up the land and we started talking about we'll give you this mountain, we'll take that river.
Yeah.
To a country that none of us have ever stepped foot on. They had never stepped foot on the continent and they were dividing up the land. It's mental.
Confident that they were going in, take it over.
Savage times, man.
It was.
And that was just like back in them days. It was just standard. It was just normal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it was like you just basically whoever's in power, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll take that, and then it just becomes a game of competition, like.
Yeah, because even there was one part I didn't watch all of it, but I watched about 3 or 4 episodes. And there's one section where they would say that they devised where Nigeria is, right? They're making sure no other kind of territory comes, like I think the Portuguese or whoever.
Yeah.
So they made sure nobody comes around that barrier. So let's make sure that barrier is secure. So this is our land. So basically Nigeria is what is theirs. And no one else can come into it. And I thought, these guys were thinking ahead, like conquer it and protect our land. No.
Yeah. And like, Nigeria was 2 countries for a long time, South and North, isn't it? And like it's just it's just a game to them, man. We just look at them, just a game, like, and they'll show that how that town Kanu had their own like massive wall. Do you know what I mean? And they were trading with other African countries, like, because they specialize in tie and dye and, you know what I mean, weaving cloths and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So that was their trade. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone had their own little speciality. Every tribe had their own little thing. You know what I mean? That was their trade. And then the Emperor just came, just massacred everything.
Yeah, because there was a part, I think it was series 2, episode 2, sorry, and there was his nephew and his uncle were at battle with each other.
Yeah. 2 chiefs, I think. Yeah,
and obviously the British, one of the British soldiers or lieutenants, whoever it is, was kind of speaking to the uncle. Tell the uncle this, tell the uncle that, then we can take over your nephew's land.
But they're forced them to sign certain treaties. Forced them, you know. You got to sign this treaty, blah, blah, blah.
It was a horrible thing, because the Europeans came over with their guns and religion and all of that kind of stuff. And they took some of them and they enslaved them. And then the rest of them, without people even knowing, they kind of enslaved them in their own countries.
Yeah, man. Like, people don't know about King Leopold of Belgium.
Yes.
Bruv, he killed about 50 million Africans, you know. 50 million Africans. He was worse than Hitler. Like, but no one talks about it because he killed blacks. So no, he's not that guy in it. But
it's quite funny that he's not mentioned enough.
No, he was the worst of the worst. You know what I mean? And what they done was they divided and conquered. Do you know what I mean? As you said, uncle and nephew, they got into play against each other. Do you know what I mean? It's all these things like divide and conquer. That's why Africa is so divided now. Do you know what I mean? Look at this, like Cameroon, the English side and the French side, they're beefing. Like, over stupid, like, you're the same people, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That English language is not your language. That French is not your language. You know what I mean? It's just, bruv.
Yeah, and there was a lot of kind of talk of just how, like, as the years progressed, how they made like a lot of the kind of, even stuff like a lot of the Nigerians and stuff like that, when it came to stuff like the World Wars, how they enlisted them all as volunteers for soldiers, how they made them fight for the mother country and all the rest of it, how the crown, England, like how they also talked about how England were trying to tax the whole of Nigeria, and they were so against Nigeria being part of the Industrial Revolution. So there was, I don't know how far you got into it, but there was like these guys that came over and they said, look, I believe that there's oil in Nigeria. So they tried to start looking for oil, and then they kept on spending money and couldn't find it. And then right at the last moment, they found it, and they were pumping something ridiculous, a ridiculous amount of barrels of oil, a day. And then they must have contacted England or whatever, and they said, look, we need another £25,000 to help us maintain this kind of thing, to expand the business, whatever. England were like, we're going to, you got to scrap that. Yeah, we're not giving you the 25 grand kind of thing. And basically they were so scared of Nigeria being part of the Industrial Revolution, they just wanted to tax them. We don't care that you've got oil. That's not what we're interested in. We just want tax. And all of it was just to help feed and pay for the British government.
Yeah.
Like, and it's mad that, because if you think about it, and that was like one part of it. Like, and you got to remember, they had the Caribbean, like Britain had the Caribbean, it had parts of Africa, it had parts of Asia. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, all of these massive countries.
A quarter of the world. There was a time where the British Empire was a quarter of the world.
Like, imagine.
like, look how small Britain is compared to anything. Like, as much, we live in England, it's massive, but like in comparison to the rest of the world, it's tiny.
Yeah.
There's they had the best navy. That's what they say. The navy was the best. They had the best warships, the best everything. Do you know what I mean? So they're just really advanced on the seas. You know what I mean? And they were just you know what? They were intelligent people, bro. They're just very intelligent people. They just knew how to manipulate and this. Because before it wasn't all guns blazing when they first came. It was the manipulation first, and then obviously when we started fighting back and see what they're on, like these people ain't here to help us. These people are trying to steal our things.
Yeah.
So when the rebellion started, that's when they started bringing their guns and just killing up all the man them and stuff.
I think there was a section where there's a letter on the screen where it says the Queen deeply regrets coming into Nigeria and slaughtering so many people. And I'm like, that's a year. That was a year later after they did it, and I'm thinking, wait, what did you think was going to happen? Of course you're going to regret it. It's like you come here to murder loads of people, you take their land.
She's just saying that, bro. She doesn't even know what going on, bro. They're just saying it, bro. That letter wasn't even written by her. She just signed it. You know what I mean?
It was just, but it was definitely an insight into the whole colonization of a country, and also that whole kind of, people call them the colonizers, like, but the fact that Europe at one point owned half the world, like not even so much like just like British Empire, like Europeans in general, whether it be England, France, Portugal and Spain.
Portugal and Spain were the worst, People, they were the worst.
Yeah.
They owned like most of South America.
Yeah, bro. All of South America, Central America.
It's mad.
I was shocked to hear Denmark was involved as well. I was like, hey, Denmark.
Yeah.
I was shocked, man.
It was more. I thought the Dutch were involved as well.
Yeah, Dutch were involved as well. Yeah, because remember Suriname, where we saw last week. Yeah, that's them.
And the Belgians tried to get involved as well.
Yeah. That's King
Belgium,
Leopold.
Yeah.
That's King Leopold. Yeah.
It's mad. It's just like, it's probably mad that just the actual Europeans took over half the world. And if you think now, okay, apart from Mandarin, most of the languages that everyone speaks are English, Spanish, and French.
Yeah, that's it. And like, people dying for those languages, People are dying for those languages.
Could you imagine, like in America, they even stuff like, you don't even speak proper English. You're like, raw, bruv.
Yeah.
So, like in my head, I would have been like, would you not call this language American by now? Like, wouldn't someone have said, like, you don't even speak American? Like,
yeah.
It's so funny you say that. That's what my daughter was saying the other day. She's like, why is it that Americans speak English and not American?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, go on Wikipedia. Like,
no, but it's a mad one. But I love what I love when kids ask those questions, because their minds are working in it. I love it.
Yeah.
The thing is, I thought to myself, it's so true, innit? I was like, I actually don't have an answer for you, innit? Like, go to your room.
There's two ways you can do that, bro. Go to your room, or okay, look, let's sit down together and try and work it out. Boy.
Do you know what? I might just tweet Donald Trump that, and he might just change it before he gets kicked out.
That's if he gets kicked out, bro. I don't know if he will get kicked out.
I don't know as well. I don't know. Bro.
I don't think the Americans like Joe Biden.
Nah,
I don't know.
From what I see, man, it just looks fake to me, man. It just looks fake, big time.
Fake or Donald Trump? I don't know who you pick.
Sometimes it's better devil sometimes. But what I like about Trump, you know what you're getting. Trump he doesn't. You know what you're getting with Trump, innit? You know what you're getting, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you stick with the devil, or do you go for this Biden guy that disguised like a wolf in sheep clothing, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talking of the Americans thing, I watched this thing the other day, and I'm not going to say her name properly. Yeah, Biden's VP.
No.
And there was like people in America, like they've been properly disrespectful. Like they just don't say her name properly. Like there was this one, I'll see if I can get a video, and they literally, it was like this person on the other side just didn't say the names. Like they're like, Kama, like just saying bare. Like you blatantly know the name is right. Yeah, you've known the lady for years. Why can't you say her name properly?
Yeah.
And then like the woman was like, I don't understand. You can't say her name. Her name's simple, but you can say a European name or a Polish name or a Russian name without any mistakes. You know, like them ones where you look, there's bare letters, you're not sure which each letter, the sound of each letter is, but they're getting them names proper perfect. And her name is, I don't know, Kamala Harris. That's not her name. Is it her name? I can't remember.
I think it's Kamala Harris. Yeah,
it is probably Kamala Harris. Yay! Look at that. Yeah, but they can't say Kamala Harris. But you know, like they're saying random like proper names. You're thinking, yeah, now people are proper mad disrespectful, bro. But yeah,
That's
I don't know.
is.
I think the American presidential race is up soon. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's 4th of
November. Yeah, it's just next
week.
Next week, I think.
That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
It's mad that we took a group of kids from Hackney. This must have been about 12 years ago now, when Obama was running for the first time. And we took them out to Washington, and we helped them on the campaign. They was all out on the campaign for Barack when he went in the first election. Yeah, that was when I used to do a lot of youth work, trying to make a difference.
You've done your thing. You've done your thing. Trust me.
Done your thing, man.
Pass the people. All right, people. There was a program that came out on Netflix, The Haunting of Bly Manor. Obviously, you know I didn't watch this program because I don't watch certain things.
Yeah.
So I'll hand it over to you, man.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
So
Go on.
Go on.
No,
I was gonna say this is like a spin-off or second season.
You know, like, do you ever watch American Horror Story?
Yeah. No. I've heard about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just like that, where it's a second season.
Yeah.
Same characters but different story.
Yeah, I was baffed, you know.
Yeah.
Because when it's only, I think the only person I actually recognized at first was the
main girl.
Yeah, the woman. No, the woman at the beginning, the British.
Oh
woman,
yeah.
Telling the story, and I'm like,
yeah.
Hold on a sec. Like, yeah, you was in the other one, but and it's because all those other actors that I saw in the Haunted. Was it Hill Man or something like that?
Yeah, Hill House.
Yeah, Hill House. I didn't like. That's the first time I ever saw her, so I didn't even realize that woman. What's her name? Nell was in You as well. To me. That's the first time I saw her.
That's what I know her for. You
was in You. Then again, subconsciously, actually, the first time I saw her was in Hill Manor, basically.
It was Hill Manor, isn't it? But it's You that she. Yes,
but I didn't actually. She was like, so, and also,
sorry, which one was it in You?
You know, Love.
Cool.
Yeah. So they're like quite a lot of the cast from Hill House. This one, but they're just all different characters. They're different characters. It's quite interesting, to be fair. It's like, because it did make me think. I'm like, like even the Uncle Henry, like,
yeah.
I'm like, but you was. Like, you know, I didn't even notice he was the little boy in ET, innit? The main boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Child actor with success.
That is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably him.
It probably looks like him now. You see, he said that, like, shit.
Yeah.
That's my guy, you know?
Yeah, so, No, but yeah, this series.
Big.
I liked it. Although I didn't, it wasn't as scary or psychologically scary as the first one.
Nah, not at all. That's why I didn't like it, because I like a scary. It was more of a love story.
Yeah, you're right. Blatant love story, and it's almost like you had all these first 6-7 episodes. There's like different focus on different characters. So like, okay, I still don't know why this place is haunted and what's going on and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then it kind of explains towards the end with the flashback of basically why this is all about. And I'm like, okay, shouldn't have you explained this a bit earlier on in the program?
Exactly.
Like, because now I'm thinking, like, even with what's her name, the main character? What's her name again?
Love, you mean? But
yeah. What was her name? Danny. Yeah, Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, her story kind of is just like, you're kind of focused around her, and obviously she's come to England from America because she's had some trauma in her life. You know, her fiance died and whatnot, and even when she starts seeing flashbacks of him, or images of him. I'm like, are you a ghost or what? Or is it just like?
But did you see the first image of him where she almost got hit by a taxi? And
Yeah.
See, I thought no one clocked that part. I was like, wow, what was that? I thought, oh, maybe it's a reflection of something.
Yeah. But you know what's funny about this series though? It's like, I don't know for you, but I just kept looking, like every frame that was shot, I was looking all around to see if there was something abnormal in it. Like even like a slight creak of the door, like things were moving in the dollhouse for no reason and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, it was a love story. If anything, it's like there wasn't anything ghosty about it. Well, there were ghosts, but
but the kids, the kids were good actors. They were good, but like it never explained why she kept looking over the shoulder. Whenever he spoke to the little girl, she kept looking over the shoulder.
Yeah,
it didn't explain what she was looking at or who she was talking to, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the episode with Hannah, I'm still baffed of like that was just a mind. It was a good episode.
That was Cause I was thinking, is she a time traveler? Is she like how's she doing this? What's going on?
People kept saying in comments, "Oh, she never eats or drinks anything." So I'm like, "Oh yeah," like I didn't.
I didn't clock that.
So nice.
And like they're like, "Oh, she was here 1 second, she just disappeared." I'm like, "Yeah, where did she go?"
And the cook, what was the cook's name? But you know the cook as well.
Yeah,
like,
the Indian guy.
Was you a ghost or was you real? Like,
yeah, I know that. I think that was in her head.
Yeah,
that was her default kind of thing. Her default settings to always go back to when she first met the chef, because I think she loved him in it. So that was like her default to keep going back there. Because she kept time traveling.
Yeah,
but she kept going back to that same spot. You know what I mean? And that Indian guy was like her subconscious speaking to her kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it was a lot of complex things going on, but ultimately it's just like, oh, okay. And I didn't even like when it revealed at the end, like obviously, this is all of them growing up as well. I'm like, couldn't you just use the same actors with a bit of makeup? Like just a bit. Like,
not the kids though. Not the kids.
I mean, fair enough. The kids are different because they're obviously they're adults. But like,
I know what you mean. The chef.
Yeah, and I'm not convinced that was the chef because it looked like he was your twin brother or something. Like, maybe Henry because he was a lot older, like to the age. But the other people, I'm like, just dash a bit of makeup on you, man. Some wrinkles in it. Like
that was deep though. That Henry was sleeping with your brother's wife and thing.
Yeah.
And the door was really his, and that was a big reveal, to be honest.
Yeah,
that was a big reveal, man. And then he's seen his alter ego, or I don't know who he was. That smiley face.
Yeah, it's creepy, man.
It's proper creepy.
Yeah,
that's mad. That's E.T. That's mad.
Yeah,
that's right. E.T.
I was like, wow, man.
Yeah. But it was good, man. It was good. Like you guys can watch it. Well, no, you can't. There's certain parts that just like shook you up.
No, come on. I'm not shook. I'm not a shook one. I'm not Mike.
You're talking about him.
I'm not Mike. Mike can't watch it. I can watch it. I just don't watch it because I don't like my mind being open to that side of the possibilities in life. It's not that I can watch a horror. I'm not a jumpy man. I just don't like the whole ghost, ghouls, all that kind of stuff. It's like I don't let my mind.
But that's the thing. This way, even
no. But now you're saying it's not like that. Possibly I could, but obviously the Haunting of the Hill House was first. Would I have to watch that one first?
That one. But you won't like that one. That one was proper like.
Yeah.
It was a proper horror. It was a horror. Like proper horror, man. I love that one. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Kel's favorite film genre is horror, boy. I'm a child, you know. And then the maddest thing is he tries to blame Auntie for it as well, like, and it's just
no, it's my mum's fault, man. I'm straight down to you, man.
No, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. Look, if you chose to watch that and Auntie allowed you to, it's your fault.
No, she should say go to bed or don't close your eyes. She was like, nah, come watch it, innit? It was cool. It was mad.
No, that reminds me. My goddaughters, they were listening to the show, but when they were younger, it's like obviously it wasn't scary. You remember Saw 1, 2, and 3. I must have I had it on a DVD. I gave it to my aunt. Why did I come around the house? My goddaughters were like under 10, bruv. Why were they rocking it like they was their favorite films, bruv? They knew all the words. What was happening? I was like, like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, what are you lot gonna grow up to be, bruv? They're all right. They're all right. But at the time, I was like, nah, bruv. I feel like I'm gonna get services onto me. Who gave you the DVD? Who let you watch it? You know what I mean? I thought, there goes my job. You know what I mean? Yeah, no.
Well, listen, this long. Anyhow, next week you just wake up in some refrigerator, bruv. Uncle.
Trust me.
A random note, brother. A random note.
Some puzzle.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. No, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, so you'd recommend it for the watchers and the viewers and listeners, yeah?
Yeah, viewers, yeah, definitely. It was good. Yeah. It's a good story, man. It's a good story.
Yeah.
And you know that Black Girl's British, isn't it? Oh yeah, they're all British. Most of them British anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Another TV show series came out on Sky Atlantic, was released yesterday, which would have been Monday, as we record on Tuesdays. The Undoing, starring Nicole Kidman, Hugh Grant, some other people.
That's it. I had a massive crush on her.
Nicole Kidman?
Yeah, when I was younger, I had a massive crush on her, man. She was a teacher, and like she got one of the pupils to kill her husband. That was a film. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I had a massive crush for that film. But
after that film,
yeah, I know. I don't know why. I'm crazy. But yeah, but I watched the episode of Undoing.
Yeah. So I think it's only been one episode. There's only been one episode.
Yeah. Oh, is it only one episode?
Yeah. It's released weekly.
Cool.
It's released weekly.
Need to let that. So the thing is, if it was a binge one, I would have probably gone to bed at 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was about to say, okay, let me watch a bit. I thought, no.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm halfway through the episode. I'll be real with you.
Are you asleep?
No. I didn't fall asleep. The kids are watching TV, so like I had to watch it on my phone. But then it's got adverts, and people trying to talk to me at the same time. Like they'll listen to it and know that I'm talking about them. But that people that you press pause, you look at them, then they're like, what's the matter with you? I'm like, I'm doing something in it, but like, yeah. So I think I've got about 15 minutes left, but I enjoyed it from what I've watched. But you lot can talk about it. I will just have a little shout out to Matilda, who plays Elena. Like you're doing bits in this. Like, you man, carry on.
Why is that?
It's Matilda.
Have you not watched? Did you not watch it, Rich?
No, I haven't watched it. No, I haven't.
Okay, yeah.
Girl, did you watch it, girl?
Yeah, I watched it, but I want to know dates. Like, so why shine her out? Because there's quite a few A-listers in there. So why is she getting a special shout out?
There were a couple.
Could it be the locker room scene?
The locker room scene, and also the scene when she was around the table.
Yes, please.
Yes, I said okay. This is.
I was like, whoa. I was like, jeez.
No, but it was, yeah.
You know I have to go on Instagram straight away, innit?
Yeah, she got Instagram. I've already.
I have to go to Instagram straight away.
Instagram.
Instant pervs.
No. Just, obviously, it's research. It's
Rich, watch it.
Between these two guys,
It's research. No, but there was one particular bit, yeah.
What's her name again, please?
Matilda de Angeles.
I'm joking.
All one word. But what it was, that particular scene, though, I'll let you lot talk about it. That particular scene, yeah, it was, okay, yes, she pulled out the breast to feed the baby, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's completely natural. It is what it is. But it was the envy of all the other women around the table that made me go, raw, what's going on here? Like, because everyone was like, like you could see their minds were just thinking, like, I didn't know if they were hoping that back in the day when they were young, they still had it like that. It was a weird show. But guys, tell me about the program. What is the program about?
To me, I guess this is about some sort of murder mystery in it, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say too much because it's not worth spoiling yet, man.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of twists and turns. You can tell a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah,
when you think it's going one way, it's that way, and then
because I think
that person's that person. Yeah.
I think the last 15 minutes that you haven't watched it is crucial, and it's just not. I definitely would recommend the watch because I'm like I'm intrigued in it. I'm like I wanted more yesterday, and because it's not on.
That's a very good sign when you want more.
Yeah, That's what I'm saying.
So, is it just going to be like a weekly thing as well?
Yeah, it's a weekly
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I believe
Okay.
there is 6 episodes.
Oh, six.
Six
Yeah.
episodes.
I thought it was 5. Okay.
Yeah, 6
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
And it's based on a book which is called You Should Have Known by Jean-Hanf Korelitz.
Yeah. And it's also by the same writer, I think, or director as Big Little Lies. I don't know if any of you have seen that, which also has
I've heard of it, yeah.
Nicole Kidman in it. So yeah, it's that kind of style as well. It's really good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
it's just-
A-listers, man.
it's
Yeah.
a psychological thriller, and I think we'll keep on to this one. This one will be one of our regulars, but we'll keep on to it. But I would say if you haven't watched the first episode, watch the first episode. By the next week, we'll have the 2 episodes out. Then we'll kind of go into more detail about like who they think did it, and we'll
Yeah.
leave it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
You
The
on it, Rich?
Undoing. I think you should watch it. It's on Sky
Rich, are you on it?
Atlantic.
Can you hear
Am
me?
I on? I'm going to hear you. What do you mean I'm on it?
Are you on
Are you-
watching the
Are you
program?
gonna watch it?
This is calling you out now, man. The pressure is on you, bro.
No, there's no pressure, lads. I'm on it. I promise. I'll be watching it next week. Let's do this.
All right, cool. So that is The Undoing. Which also brought out, for some reason, I don't know if Netflix and stuff know it's half term or whatever. I doubt they do, to be fair. I doubt they can. I think it's just probably coincidence. But there was a film that was released this weekend called John Henry.
Oh, I saw. I just saw the picture. I part of his life. I saw the picture. I saw Ludacris with a gold thing. I said, no. I part his whole existence.
So John Henry is an action thriller starring Terry Crews and Chris Ludacris Bridges. The film was originally released in January in America and apparently received a lot of negative reviews from his critics.
No way.
Can you understand why it received those negative reviews?
Listen, first of all, let me say, it's the shittest film known to mankind. There is no reason why this film should be on Netflix. It's disgusting.
Rich, don't hold back, please. Okay, don't hold back.
Before you go and say that, yeah, I had to say one thing. The soundtrack is sick.
Yeah, soundtrack.
The music that comes throughout the film is sick.
Yeah.
The hip hop and stuff like that is sick. But Richard, take it away. Tell me about the film. Why don't you like the film, Richard?
Do you know what it is, right? It's one of those films where you think you got good friends. I'm not going to tell you the story. I'll let Merv and you tell that story. But it's one of those films where, when your friend tells you, "Oh, bro, I've got a bit of money. I want to put a film together." Yeah, and and your friend's his friend. And if you see the the whole acting from beginning to end, it's absolutely abysmal. Honestly, Terry Crews. Honestly, I have major respect for him, his personal life and his acting experiences. But this film has to be one of his worst films he's ever put his name to and put his face to ever. And Ludacris, I don't know what you're doing, bro. I don't know what you're doing, but it's disgraceful, bro. Disgraceful.
It's taking a break between Fast and Furious, isn't it? It's getting a couple of jobs in between, man. But I wouldn't entirely agree with what you're saying.
It's not the shittest film in the world.
It's a film that just knows what it wants to be, innit? Like, it didn't come out here to be no Jason Bourne or Taken. Do you know what I mean? Like, it clearly, like Nate was saying, the soundtrack is big and everything. It's a very kind of somber sort of film, I reckon, despite what the content is. It's just a basic. It's a basic storyline, isn't it? It's nothing complex about the storyline. It's a bit like, okay, yeah, you know, and what's his name? Terry Crews' acting is a bit like, okay, like I don't.
With Terry Crews, I felt, you know what it is? Like, I used to like, obviously, White Chicks, sick film, even Norbit's funny, all the rest of it, yeah. Even in Mike's favorite TV series,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he's all right.
Yeah.
And I think since like he started talking a little bit of stuff and like Rick Ross kind of being disrespectful to him, like when I looked at him, I started listening to Rick Ross as I was looking at him. Like, you know, like I kind of lost respect for him, which is out of order because he's his own person.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of what is his name? Who's the old white guy? Clint Eastwood. So you know, like towards the end of not the end, he's not dead or nothing like that. Yeah, towards the end of his like kind of recent films, like he does like these kind of somber films where he's like he helps this little family that lives near him, but he doesn't smile for the whole film.
Just angry old man, isn't it? Yeah,
that's Clint, man. That's Clint.
Yeah, this is kind of how this was. Yeah. Like
what is it about? I don't care. So you can spoil it. I don't care.
So basically, John is this really, really strong guy. John Henry, he's just this really strong kind of strong man. You're not really sure why he's strong, but he's just like really strong. And basically, there was the first thing you see is this girl. She's been kidnapped, but you don't know she's been kidnapped. But she's in this kind of like almost like whorehouse kind of thing, yeah. And these black guys are just playing dominoes, whatever. Then one of them wants to do something with her. Then they go into a room. And all of a sudden, the house just gets shot up. Yeah, you're not really sure what's happening. As they get, bare people are getting shot. Bare people are in masks trying to get each other. The girl runs. As she runs, people are after her. She ends up at John Henry's house, roughly. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. She hides underneath the stairs. John Henry's like, somebody's like, the police officer's like, I'm going to come in. He's like, you're not going to come in my house. He's like, we want to know if you're not coming into my house. Then like, he's very kind of like, but we can do this. He's like, no, you can't. Then the police officer leaves. Then you think that John Henry doesn't know that the girl is underneath the stairs. Then he starts talking to her, then invites her in the house. Then the girl stays there. And you're thinking, okay, how have you just let this run away in your yard? Like, it's weird. I just told her the man's gone now, get out of here. But then he starts kind of talking to her, and the dad, he's got a dad called BJ. BJ is he's a funny guy, bro. Like,
which I might add looks like more like his brother rather than his dad.
Yeah,
which makes no sense. Anyway, go on.
Carson was poor anyway, but yeah.
And he's like in a wheelchair and he's like breathing on oxygen and all that kind of stuff, yeah. And anyway, he can speak Spanish, and then basically
he can't walk, by the way. He's in a wheelchair for a reason.
Yeah. And then basically it just goes through this kind of story of why this girl has been kidnapped. And it turns out the girl has been kidnapped because she had escaped from Honduras, I think. Was it Honduras?
Yeah, Honduras,
to come and find her dad's. But her dad's actually died the year before. So she finds this guy who's her brother, and then this kind of thing. So that's that kind of storyline. And then John has got a cousin called Hell, who when he grows up, becomes ludicrous with this gold thing on his face. And when they were kids, John ended up shooting somebody or stomping somebody out. And Hell got really excited. Hell is also played as Randy Wagstaff from The Wire. Yeah. So, you know,
the young kid that was young in the cane rolls, isn't it? When he was young,
So I look at it, I was like, oh my God, that's Randy. You know what I mean? I get excited because he's from The Wire, but he's like a big man now, isn't it? Like, it's dumb. But yeah, and it's kind of just goes through their storyline of him trying to help the family, and Hell's not on it, and Hell just wants revenge, basically. Without me going into this happened in that scene, that happened in that scene. The film is not as shit as Richard said.
No,
it's not great. Yeah, like
it's awful.
You can watch it. It's watchable. You won't watch it again. It's watchable though. Like, and I think the line of the film to me was BJ Henry, the dad, talking about that how his things was legendary, before like he got put in the wheelchair. His things was legendary, and how upset he is that now he's in the wheelchair, he can't use it anymore, So there's a bit where he's just firing the guns and that, and he's like, yeah, my name is BJ and my things was legendary.
See, this is what I'm trying to say.
That was the biggest exit.
Bro, I would say when he executed that line, bro, I said, this guy is too funny.
You know, it reminded me of some sort of hip hop western, man.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the sound like his name is John Henry. Like, it was fun.
Honestly.
It was fun to watch, man.
Oh man, the film's come on, man. Let's just stop saying it's fun. It's not.
What do you expect? Seriously, like.
To be fair, I looked at it and I first saw the screen. I thought, it reminds me of Luke Cage. You know, it's just like that's what I thought. And I thought, okay, cool. This is going to be serious violence, you know. Then they're just like,
look, when you're looking at a film like that, Netflix, hour and 31 minutes, like no, just lower your expectations, bro.
Yeah,
it's just you know, as an actor, I want to have ambitions, right? So if someone comes with a script to me and say, yeah, have a look at it, you know yourself when a film is shit. And
you got to give the filmmakers a chance to, like, you know, not everyone has to do some big budget.
I get the to give the filmmaker a chance, but I'm Mr. Cruz, man. I'm not gonna. Why aren't you putting your face to something terrible? Ludacris, it's like, honestly, oh, bro,
bruv,
you need to check out his acting, bro.
There's a potential for a sequel, bruv.
You know what? All these Netflix films have potential for sequels, isn't it? But I wonder if they will get them. Though. That's the thing.
It said after the film's initial success on Netflix, Fedida and Feixman both expressed their interest in a second film.
Yeah, they're always going to do that. I'm still waiting for Bright 2, man.
Oh yeah.
If it gets a second one, boy, I'll be very, very shocked. I'll be very, very shocked. But it's definitely not a film I would recommend anyone to watch. So everyone who listened to this pod this week, do not watch it. Do not waste your time.
It's in the top 5 on Netflix. It's
top 5 because everyone is full. It's bloody, what is it? Black History Month, isn't it? So you see Black Man there, and that's why you're watching it, bro. That's why it's in top 5.
Everyone is full today.
That's what it
all right.
There's so much hatred for the film.
Bro, the film ain't that bad, but okay, we'll move on. Do you get me? We'll move on from that one. It ain't that bad.
It's awful. Don't do it. Just don't do it now.
All right, that was Netflix. That was John. Kel, make up your own mind, to be honest. Yeah, but
Go ahead watching it. Kel ain't watching it.
I knew from when I put in the group and Kel didn't even respond. I knew you weren't going to watch it.
Yeah, bro. I saw, like I said, I saw the pictures right now.
Rap Game UK has come back with season 2. That's on BBC 3. That is a show that is fronted by Krept, Conan, and DJ Target. And it's the second series. The first series was on sometime last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they had new season 2, and they've got obviously it's a little rap game. It's originally they used to have the Rap Game in America, which is like a series where they're trying to find out a new rap star, underground rap star. And they've got lots of different people on it this year. Some of the contestants are called, like, there's Droid, there's Shogun, there is what is my girl's name? There's 2. Which one you say?
Venus, that girl. You're talking about the girl that came rose.
Yeah, there's 2 girls on there, to be honest. I can't remember all their names, but I will say, Kel, you didn't watch the show, did you? No.
You know what? I see, I'm always Mr. Negative in it, but I watched a couple of the ones last season. I didn't really like it.
No, well, listen, last season on this week's first episode, right? I wasn't impressed at all with the people they picked to come on the show. I thought they were really poor. I think 1 or 2 of them were good, but you know, I don't know. I don't understand. You come into a show to rap and you're fluffing your lines. It's like, it doesn't make no sense. I know. Yeah. I know this. You get nervous and stuff like that, but some of the people on there, the lyrics are absolutely awful. They'll never ever make it. Honestly,
that's what was that. No, because the last season I watched, the clientele was just poor. I was like, what?
No, but the thing is, the clientele last year, to me, compared to what I've seen in the first episode, they were really good.
No, I wouldn't go there far. I wouldn't go that far. They're not shit. Last season, you remember you had my girl that flopped her lines every episode for the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
she left. And I feel like this might happen this time with there's a guy that might happen to again this time. He keeps on fluffing his lines. The one that used to be homeless.
Yeah, Birmingham. We stayed in Birmingham for a while, didn't we? Yeah, him.
Graft. No, it's not Graft. Graft was good. So there's Droid, there's Graft, there's Leisha, Micah. You're talking about Micah. Micah's the one that's probably going to end up going home. Shogun, Zones was good.
Which one's Zones? Which one's
Zones
that
is
one again?
the girl that they thought was a guy at the beginning, but she
But
to be fair, I think she handled that so well because they were like, there's always one girl in here, and she was like, yeah, no, I'm a girl still. I just kept it moving, like everyone's like, oh, right, okay, cool. Like she didn't she didn't make it into a thing. Like they thought she was a dude. You could say she looks like a dude. She's like, no, I'm a girl still, and it just kept it moving.
Yeah, she's definitely good.
Like even the guy from Scotland, Shogun, he's all right. He's got bars. He would be good at old school battle rap, but he's angry.
Just too angry.
He's angry. He's an angry guy.
Merv Hill, if you ever see this guy, like, listen, he's spitting hard bars and everything, but the ignorance differently, I know I'm better than you guys. I literally, it's just the way he's going on. I represent Scotland. I have to represent Scotland. I'm better than you guys. I know I'm better than you. Why did I come third in this battle? Honestly. And
brother.
White guy.
No, white guy.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, Noah, look, you lot might be repping your estate, but that's nothing. I'm repping the whole country. And I was thinking, bruv, there was a Scottish guy on there last year, bruv. There was a black Scottish guy on there last year, bruv. Like, don't act like you don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. But they almost got into a big kickoff on that. But
it was almost little fisticuffs.
But yeah, people are on there. You're meant to like literally write fresh lyrics. And there was one guy who just basically you can tell he had lyrics from before.
But the thing is, he was honest. They go to him, oh, bro, that's sick. You talked about pain, blah, blah. Like, you wrote that the other day. And he was like, no. Like, like, you don't even lie for them. He was like, no, this is pre-written. Like, and I think stuff like, you're supposed to be the best of the best spitters. It was weird. Yeah. But I'll watch it just obviously for the culture. I'll watch it for the culture.
No, it is all right. It is all right. Some of the guys from last year are still doing 1 or 2 TV shows and releasing a couple of songs. But yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I'll definitely watch it again. But some of it was cringe, very cringy.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I'm going to hashtag Rap Game UK because if people listen to that, they will not want to go watch it. But Rap Game UK is out now, season 2, episode 1. It's all right. But I did go, what Rap Game UK did let me do is it led me go onto BBC iPlayer. I clicked onto BBC 3 and I found a TV series called The 20s, which is out on BBC 3, which is written and directed by Lena Swaith, who is the same director who did Queen and Slim.
Okay.
And it also has what was her name? You know, the black girl from Insecure who was the other woman who was helping out shit. Yes, her.
I was going to say Canberra. Yeah.
She's in it. She's in it. And the main kind of star is this how do I say it without being, I don't know what you call them. She is a woman that looks a bit like a dude, but she's a woman. She's a lesbian, but she's
the tomboy.
Yeah, that's a good enough word. Yeah, she's a tomboy. And she's got like her 2 best friends and she wants to be a writer. Basically, she just basically wants to be a writer. But it's actually, the episodes are not very long. They're probably about 23, 24 minutes. I think it's about 8 of them on series 1. And I'm literally halfway. I think I'm like 2 episodes left.
So
and originally,
it's on Netflix, you say?
It's on BBC. It's on BBC 3. BBC iPlayer.
BBC 3. Oh, okay, cool.
And originally it was on BET.
Okay.
But it's a good little watch. Like for me, I think it's a light-hearted watch that you could watch yourself. You could watch with the missus. It is. I mean, it's like one of them kind of programs.
Is it UK? Is it American thing?
American.
Is it BT?
Yeah, BT.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, definitely go and watch that if you can. All right, this is coming out. The podcast is coming out on Friday, the 30th of October. Some of you have gone to our YouTube channel yesterday, which is the 29th of October. And obviously I'm talking about this in the future, in the past, whatever the thing may be. A film we put out on YouTube, which is a short film, which is a 10-minute film as part of whole kind of Black History Month. And it's a film called The Death of Malcolm Reddy. And it was a film that was made probably about summer of 2002, possibly 2003, but I reckon it was about 2002, 2003, which was written and directed by one of my close friends, Yaya, who's no longer with us. And Thursday, the 29th of October, would be his birthday. And I thought it'd be
R.I.P.
Yeah, man. I thought it'd be a nice tribute to him to kind of put the film out. It's never been on YouTube. It's a film that at the time we took to London Film Festival, we took to the Greek Film Festival, and it was one that kind of got a lot of reviews and a lot of ratings, but this was kind of like pre-YouTube and stuff. So obviously we never really had those things. But I was going through my archives the other day and I was like, do you know what? Like, I think it's a shame that we've never been on YouTube. So I thought, let me put it on YouTube on his birthday. So please do go and watch it on YouTube, like comment and all that kind of stuff.
Support, man. Go support.
But yeah.
So did he just did he star in it as well? Was he?
Yeah, so he wrote it, directed it, and he also starred in it as one of the yardies in the film.
Okay.
Without me going too much into the film to give like spoilers, it's only a short film. It's like 10 minutes long, if that. It also stars me in the film. Like,
it also
stars
the actor.
Yeah, it also starred me when I was young and I used to do acting and stuff. And I had no hair, so like it was a very long time ago.
If you do see it, you will actually laugh because the way Nate looks now, he's got his dreads down to his batty. And there,
pause indeed.
And you see Nate, this is where he was fresh, short back in size, fresh.
I still had a line as well.
I had my infamous little line that is out of my head, bro. Shout out Uncle Easton, boy.
No, big up. Nah, how old is you when you were in that?
I reckon I was about 19. I think we was like just starting uni. So how the film came about, I'll just give you the brief. So what it was is there was like Yar was doing I think he was doing his studies or something like that at uni. But there was a course that was happening at Waltham Forest College. They have the summer university. So it was a summer university thing, and they got to kind of write, star, direct their own kind of film. And people put scripts in or whatever, and then one of them gets chosen, and then you get like a crew like that, a part of the course, and that. So there'll be you will film it, you'll direct it, you'll all that kind of stuff. You do it like from conception to actually putting it out. So that was one of the films that he did. So it was like, I think there was 4 films in general altogether that he did. Yeah, and this was for me, it was the best film anyway. But I mean,
of course it was.
Yeah.
The main man. Yeah.
So there were 3 films, and basically the long and short of it is without spoiling it, there's a shooting in the area. And basically, the next day, everyone kind of has their own views or opinions.
But that's what it's like in the hood.
Yeah, and this is what it's like. And this is what it was. It was like, for me, it was groundbreaking because it was like, actually, this is what happens. Like, you hear something, and then like everyone's got their own opinion on why it happened, where no one doesn't actually know what happened. But you can ask 10 different people, and 10 different people give you 10 different stories. Yeah, and that's what it was about. But obviously, I sent it to you, man, beforehand, like before I put it out on the YouTube and stuff. What did you, man, think of it, like as a film? Like, is it something that
I think it was really good, man. It seems like a timeless sort of film. Like it could be applied back then, applied to now, as you were saying. So, and like I say, even the language didn't even seem that dated. Like, it's amazing how almost 20 years and it's still like, it's still kind of current. So no, good job, man.
I like to be how how white people think behind closed doors.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? That's because that's what they say behind closed. Well, I'm not white, so I don't know, but that's what I always assume that's what they. Yeah. That's how they talk behind closed doors when they think no one's looking. Like when they talk about black people, I can see that happening. Do you know what I mean? And then when the black guy came in, he's like, "Oh, all right, mate, all right, yeah." So that was good. That was a good little thing to put in the film. You know what I mean? So yeah, big up Yaya, man.
It was definitely big. Do you know what it is? First of all, because I knew you were in it, I was excited in it. I was just like, yes, Nate, yes, man. I was like, yes, my man, the general.
The fake general blood though was too funny, but you like some old school vampire blood. I was busting up.
No,
Yeah.
just like what Kel said, it's just like, there's always a story upon story, is how this incident happened. But what you didn't really know, he went through the sewers, he climbed the tree, and around the corner, everyone always adds something to it. And yeah, obviously the truth comes out, whatever happened. But overall, it was definitely a good 10 minutes. I watched it about 3 or 4 times. I thought, yeah. It was just, I watched it because obviously it involved you, and I was thinking, wow, this is old school. This is like, again, like Merv said, the slang that was used is more or less still current. I think they used the word, is it ducking? Was it ducking? Splurts. Yeah, splurt. I was just like, yeah, those are the wordings that we used.
Oh, no, I probably had a smile on my face the whole time I was watching it, man. Like it was so surreal, innit, watching it. But yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I hope it does. People do enjoy it. I expect by next week of Wednesday, probably, like, for it to be fully have gone around my school. I fully anticipate.
What's that, sir? Nah, not
I fully anticipate
Sir,
random kids coming up to me with screenshots and all sorts by Wednesday. But to be fair, it is what it is. And I think, do you know what it was important for me, because especially as a part of his legacy, I always think to myself, like, what did you leave? And I think, like, we can say we've left the podcast. Like, the podcast is now out here. It's on the internet. It's all those kind of things. It's out there, isn't it? Yeah. As a memory of whatever we do. So even if we were never to do a podcast again, you've always got that as a memory. And I just felt like it was important for me to be able to kind of say, this is Yara's memory. So that's why I wanted to do it. So yeah.
Big.
Yeah, big up, Nate. That was a big move, Nate. Big move.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, there's other stuff that I done when I was younger, but I don't want to put them all out there. Do you know what I mean? Let's put the past behind us.
We need to see it. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see something. Well, you lot come around now. When COVID's lockdown is finished and we're allowed more than one person in our house from another household, I'll show you some stuff. A little movie night and that. But you, man, is there any other shows that you've been watching that people need to be getting abreast of?
I mentioned last week after the pod, Riviera season 3. That was a nice, easy watch, man. It's like,
you banged that already?
Yeah, 2 days, man. It's done. Boom.
Murph Morpheus.
Yeah, no, that was like, you just want to watch something that's just quite predictable and just easy.
It sounds like my Dynasty that I watch. It sounds like that.
Yeah, like, so that was nice, man.
Your guilty pleasure.
Yeah, my guilty pleasure. Yeah, exactly.
And also, what was I watching as well that's come back that I think is Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes, I used to watch that.
Great comeback, man.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. How many episodes now? Is it 2?
Yeah, 2 episodes now, and I'm proper like intrigued. Like,
so did they bring back? Did they bring back Fear of the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead at the same time?
Yeah, which is weird. But what they've done, so they brought back both of them at the same time. But for some reason, I think it may be due to COVID, like they only brought that one episode of Walking Dead back, and it's to be confirmed when the next episode's coming out.
So what's the point of them bringing it back?
I know. I'm not even going to watch the first episode. I'm going to leave it alone until it all comes out.
So I don't know what like. I'm kind of glad because at least it's like, well, like I can catch up on other things. But I'm just like, the next week or following week, I was ready to watch Walking Dead. I'm like, where are you? Like, do you know what I mean? So that was mad, man.
No, I'll get on Fear, definitely.
Yeah, but Fear's doing some good stuff, man.
Cool.
Yeah, and other than that, what Supernatural?
Are you banging it out? Yeah.
Yeah. That's like how many episodes left? About probably 8 more, something like that.
7.
Yeah. Then it's kaput to me.
Kaput. Yeah. And for you guys that don't know, The Boys, I think that the director or the writer is the same for Supernatural, and what's his name?
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, he's in The Boys. You know the guy that he works for
Vought,
yeah, he works, but he's the old kind of white guy, the bald head. You know the woman that blew up Victoria Blue.
Oh yeah.
She works closely with him.
Yeah. Oh, so we're not talking about Sam. No, you're not talking about Dean, basically.
No. So I don't talk about Dean. No. I'm talking about Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, Bobby. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Bobby. Yeah. Okay. I didn't
But you guys don't remember him. You won't remember him. But anyway, I mean, like Nathan, then, man, because he's not a big character in The Boys.
Yeah.
He's like you see him now and again. But but basically, The Boys has a lot of reference to Supernatural. Like, because even when Bobby in The Boys calls his wife by the wife's name in Supernatural, do you know what I mean? So they do a little reference, and even the car that ran over. Anyway, but Dean's car was in Supernatural, but in Boys, but as a drawing. So they do a little reference to Supernatural in Boys.
That's
Yeah.
Probably didn't clock that.
Yeah. I was going to say, Unsolved Mysteries is back, baby. Yeah, it's back.
Oh, is that on Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah. So I watched it.
It come up on my main thing the other day. I'm like, I swear I can watch it.
Yeah. I watched it straight away. As soon as it came on, I clocked it straight away, bro.
It's on mine when I saw it, and I thought, wow.
Yeah, it came from mine. I was thinking, I don't know what Kel's been doing my algorithm, bro. Like, I never watched this program in my life, bro.
Man's hacked our Netflix.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's some mad stories. Like these, this is mad. It's mad. I'll tell you one that's mad. Where there was this black guy. He was like a sex predator, and he killed a young girl. I think she was 14. He just shot her. I think he was trying to rape her because she was screaming. He just shot her twice, one in the stomach and one in the head, innit? And then he left her in the road to die. And he must have he went to some bar or something. He came back out. The girl was still alive. Imagine the girl was still alive, like this, like help me. Man got a brick and just finished her off. Yeah. And basically, cut long story short, they caught the guy, put him in prison, put him on death row. But in that state of Hawaii, I think like 7 years later, they got rid of that law, the death row. So there's no death row, so he got life imprisonment. But there's some mad random law where, like, because of good behavior, and he was an artist as well, he could do some bad boy paintings. On Christmas, they let you go to a shopping mall, do your shopping, and you have to report back to your warden, innit? But man was gone, bruv. Man just disappeared. Till now, they can't find him.
Serious?
Oh wow!
Yeah, they tracked him to LA, but then the girl that he was with, he was sleeping with his cousins because his cousins passed away in it. So, and then obviously, the girl's like a widower, so he just went there, twanged her up. You know what I mean? He was sleeping there. Then he went to another part in another state in America, and then after that, he just disappeared. They can't find him. This happened in the 70s, you know.
Bloody
hell. They still can't find this guy, but he's alive. Like, it's mad, bro.
So what, they just don't think he's dead or something?
He's not dead because the dad, because recently they went to see the dad, innit? And dad was like, you know, he's a pastor, innit? They're like, oh, you know, so what do you think what your son done? He goes, well, you know, I pray for him. You know, everyone deserves a second chance and whatnot. But then a woman that visited the father said to the police that how when she went there, he had a phone call from his son, and the way he described the son, it sounded like it was him, and he's in Alabama now, and blah blah blah. So they went to Alabama to try and search for him, but they couldn't find him and stuff like that. But yeah, bro, it's so those kind of stories is mad, bro. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. And what that got me was like missing kids as well. There's a couple of kids that went missing. So sad, bro. Yeah, bro.
All right. For me, the shows I've been watching, apart from the usual stuff that I normally watch, like the whole 911 and all that kind of stuff. My program Locked Up that I spoke to you about before, the Spanish American. Oh
yeah.
The Spanish prison program, that's back for season 4, and that's on 4 on demand. And I think I'm in like episode 3 or 4 by now, like 4 maybe. And it's the one, it's got 2 of the people from Money Heist in it. Yeah. So yeah, it's better than Orange is the New Black, but it's sick. Like it's sick. So I've been watching that. But obviously the problem is when you watch it late at night and you try to, you know, sometimes you try and watch TV with your eyes closed. Yeah.
You do that often, yeah? You do that often.
You know, sometimes you're just listening, innit? Like you just listen to dialogue, innit? Like you're just listening. But yeah, you can't do that because it's Spanish. So
Oh yeah.
many a time I get told you're sleeping. I'm like, I'm not sleeping. I'm watching the program. They're like, you're not because your eyes are closed and it's in Spanish.
What? So
The denial.
what channel is that on then?
It's on 4 on demand.
4 on demand. Okay.
Yeah, all 4, whatever the program they called it. It was originally on Channel 4, but they didn't show the whole series. It's part of the Water Presents, which is like the World TV or World Cinema kind of thing.
Do they have it in different languages?
I don't know because it's on 4 on demand. I don't think it's not like on Netflix where you can change the subtitles.
Change it.
Yeah, I don't think you can change the language.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's sick. It's a sick program. They're kind of only the main programs I've been watching this week, to be honest. I watched a film, but I can't remember what it's called, so I don't want to mention it. And you can't get the film, so it was part of the Black History Month. Like someone sent me a link to a film that was about in the Jamaican prison system, and they were trying to make basically part of the rehabilitation. They teach them how to like do music. And there was like all these kind of people that had been sent to prison in Jamaica, and they had become like musicians while they was in prison, and they released music and stuff. Like it was again done by a Spanish director, but I think you've got to like pay to watch the film. But a part of Black History Month, they kind of released it and stuff. Proper, very good program, a very good film. Man. It was very, very thought provoking. Afterwards, they had like a Q&A with the director and stuff. It was very thought provoking.
Yeah.
If I ever remember the name of the film or send you a link, I'll let you watch it. It was good, man.
Cool.
Big up. Well, you know me, watching my usuals, EastEnders.
Can I ask you a question about EastEnders?
Go on.
The missus said to me today, she said that Coronation Street hasn't stopped, like it just carried on. She doesn't watch Coronation Street, but she said in Coronation Street and even Emmerdale, they do this thing where they like social distance in the show. Do they do that in EastEnders as well?
They do the same thing.
Okay, yeah.
So they're acknowledging that the coronavirus, the coronavirus is in the storyline.
No, everything's in the straight coronavirus and everything's in the story. Yeah.
Oh, see.
So, like, I don't know if you guys didn't listen to me previously when I said it, but when EastEnders come back, everyone had different stories, and like Sonia, she's a nurse. She said, "I've been in hospital all these hours. I'm shattered. This coronavirus is distressing." So they just continued it, and everything there's every scene. No one's close together.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She said, I don't watch soaps, but she was saying like in Coronation Street, they do stuff like when someone walks like towards someone, the other person walks away, kind of thing. Like, but not disrespectfully, but like someone comes sit down at the breakfast table, the other person gets up to wash the dishes, and all that kind of stuff.
That's mad, you know. It's mad.
Yeah, it is. I think, and there's a scene where I think there's only one scene that I've seen so far when there's a kid and adult together or close together, but kids and adults, I'm sure you can go close together.
No, it's funny you say that. I think in the American soaps, they're gonna use, or maybe they've done it already, but they're introducing sort of stunt double dolls, like life-size dolls, isn't it? When they're doing like intimate scenes, isn't it? I don't know. Either that or what they're doing is always getting the actual real life partners of the actors to come in and doing the stunt double for their intimate scenes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like because obviously like, they live together in it, so they can get busy. But like after that's mad, you know.
They look mad, like you know the ones like you're dating a black woman in the show, but you're dating a white woman in real life. Put her in the wig. Put her in the wig.
Oh boy, that's interesting. Imagine that if that actually happens.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting because, like I said, even with the children's programs, they're watching. I can't remember Kid Danger or one of them, Danger Force. Or
Henry
like
Danger.
Henry Danger, Danger Force, and they had like their episode today. What I watched with them, it was like on Zoom, basically. Like they literally filmed the episode on Zoom. I was like, how the hell are they? This doesn't make no sense. But I guess you've just kind of got to be imaginative with the whole Zoom thing now, innit? Well, for TV in general, I guess.
Yeah. Mad, man.
Everyone's going through. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, before we finish this episode 67, I know Rich wanted to talk about horror films because it was Halloween and stuff like that. So What's your favorite horror film? I was going to say, what's your favorite black horror film? Because I was going to try and tie it into Black History Month, but then we kind of realized there wasn't many black horror films. So,
well, there was. Well,
What
I've
are you
got
going
one.
to say? What are you
go
going
on,
to say?
go on, say more than one.
Well, I wasn't going to say more than one. I just picked my one, and that was Candyman.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah, because I mentioned it before. I was so scared of that film.
Are you still scared of Candyman?
I won't say his name in the mirror unnecessarily.
Would it...
You might say it once or twice. That's about it.
Never the third time.
No, I know my
It's 5
limits.
times. Yeah.
Oh, it's 5 times.
Yeah.
Do you know what horror really got to me? I know it's not a black like movie horror thing, but the horror that always sticks out to me the most is Amityville 2.
Come
Like,
on. Come on.
Bruv, I
Come
remember
on.
you know when you watch something when you're young as well, it stays with you for the rest of your life.
For the rest of bruv.
Like,
I mean, all of them stay with me for life. Those films.
I just remember the son just got possessed in it by the devil, yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's like slowly but surely he just started changing. Like his face started like getting all gaunt and all that stuff, and man just took out his whole family, bro, with a shotgun. Literally, like, I thought, oh man.
You know, I can't remember the name of this horror, but it stuck in me. It wasn't a black one again, but it stuck in me proper like how Amityville was. But they're in the woods, and there's bear like this. Not monsters. There's ghosts and goons, and there's just
It's not Cabin in the Woods, is it?
It might be Cabin in the Woods, you know. Is it the old ones? The old.
Oh, it's like proper old or like
proper old, like
okay.
80s.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll Google it whilst you lot talk. But that film sticks with me. Like that's the film that I think one of my first horror films I watched, and I was shit scared, but I loved it.
Yeah,
and it's just like, nah, this film's too much.
Well, so quick thing, Merv. So I'm going back to Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
Wasn't that thing? Who was that actor in it? Wasn't that what's his name? Not Burt Reynolds. What's that guy's name? Who played what's that character called?
Don't know.
Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds.
Was he in it?
No, this is like an old film, man. Like maybe 70s.
70s.
Okay, no, I think they must have made. I'm sure he was in something like that.
That one, you're talking about the one with James Brolin.
Return of the Living Dead. I think that's what it's called. Hold on.
The 79 one is the one with James Brolin in it.
Yeah, so the one I watched, the Amityville one I'm talking about, is Amityville 2, The Possession in 1982.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's like, yeah, I don't know any of these actors to be fair, but yeah, that's the one I watched basically. That's the one that scared me.
Okay, so yeah, Ryan Reynolds did one in 2005.
Yeah,
that's the one I remember.
The remake.
Okay,
that's
cool.
The remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the remake. Okay, I don't know if this is even a horror. It's more of a thriller, but it was starring Nicole Kidman and was The Others.
Oh yeah,
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Shout out to Yasmin. She brought me in on that film. I'm not gonna lie, because I was a bit like shooketh, but like she let me watch that, and like that's what 2001. So I was of age that I shouldn't be scared of films, but that's probably my one that I think was a little bit. That's like my introduction to like I can handle that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the first one, The Return of the Living Dead. That was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously The Omens, Poltergeist.
Yeah, look off.
Those ones that because we're all young. I was young at the time, so it stuck with me in it. But
the Omen was scary as well, man.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean?
There was
got the mark.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. There was one horror film. Like I used to like Freddy, all that kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street. That I thought they were funny. Like them ones I didn't mind. There was one though, I don't remember what it was called, and basically it was kind of shot on like a handheld almost, yeah. But it wasn't Blair Witch or nothing like that. Not Blair Witch, but which one?
Paranormal Activity?
No, I think it was even before that. And then basically that there was these 1 minute they're there, and like there was these aliens, yeah, or whatever, some beings, yeah. And I think it ends with like the camera turns around and looks at one of the aliens, and the film just stops. Like the film just stops. Like the aliens who have got whoever they were trying to get.
Wasn't that a French film? Wasn't that a French film?
No, there's a series. There's more of them. Like Cloverfield, you're thinking of, isn't it?
No, I think it was even before that. I don't know Cloverfield. I think whatever it was like my cousin Lula brought me onto it. It was like I was young these times. You know what I mean, like I remember we always watched it, and I was like, it was like supposed to be like a real film. Yeah, obviously they're always supposed to be real in it. Like, I mean, but it was like a real film, and it was like supposed to be. This is what actually happened. Like they found this videotape, yeah, of what happened then. And I just remember.
You sure it's not Blair Witch? You sure it's not Blair Witch?
No, it was before Blair Witch, because Blair Witch is the one where they're running in the woods. I remember that one.
Yeah. The way I believe that was real, you know, I believe that for so long. I thought that's a real film, bro. I'm pissed. I was so pissed.
Another one that was a little bit like I didn't really like was The Ring.
The TV one.
Yeah, The Ring.
Yeah, I didn't like The Ring.
Messed me up for days.
I didn't like The Ring.
Days, bro. I couldn't look at my TV properly. Like.
And then when you watch the original one as well, you're like, no, lock it off. As I'm saying, I can't do them things, man.
See, the ring didn't scare me at all, man. It didn't really have no.
The Ring scared me. Mirrors scared the hell out of me as well.
Yeah.
Like that was long. Yeah.
So not that man celebrates these pagan religions, and if Marlon was on the pod, he'd be cussing some bad words right now. But happy Halloween.
But listen, bro, there's good and there's evil, bro.
Yeah, no, 100s. But happy Halloween. Yeah, but I don't know if we celebrate bad, innit? I don't know if you're supposed to celebrate evil.
No.
Like, and obviously this year, I'm not gonna lie, COVID hasn't happened. I should be getting no ringing on my doorbell asking for sweeties. Like, you know how many times I've got to pretend I'm not here? Like, how do you feel like
it's mad, isn't it?
In your own house, like, shh, they can hear you.
So what about your kids? What about them?
I never let my kids go out and beg. Oh, you're lying, bruv. What? Knocking on random people's door asking for sweeties? Allow it.
Oh, that's such a black mentality, though.
Allow it.
What's the rationale? But why? Go on, explain.
Go Tesco, Sainsbury's, get yourself some.
Right, we'll go get some sweets and we'll hand, bruv. If you want to walk around the house and ask different people in the house for sweets, you can do that, bruv. Why are you going on road and begging, bruv? In big 2020, you're gonna go into your. No, allow it. I don't know what their sweets are. No, allow it. No, there's. Like Kel said, there's good and there's evil, yeah? And I don't know what's going out there, bruv. I don't know who's doing what to them sweets, bruv.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world we live in, boy. Obviously, I live in Tottenham as well. Where people live in like Essex and that, you can get away with that. In Tottenham, you can't. Man, come in. I've got sweets downstairs. Allow it. Allow it.
Oh, that's not a thing I've watched recently, The Shy. You guys don't watch The Shy, do you?
Yeah. Is it Shy come back for a new series yet?
Yeah, the third season's out.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch it. I think I'm halfway through season 2, to be honest. But I will.
You reminded me about that come downstairs because something happens. Someone gets kidnapped. But yeah.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, people, that's episode 67. Enjoy your Halloween week. Enjoy boxings this week.
Oh yeah, you got Chisora and Usyk.
Oh yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
Is that Friday or Saturday?
Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, so that's the first of 3 heavyweight fights, because there's a couple heavyweight fights coming on. But yeah, we'll review that next week. And people, have a lovely week.
Yeah, man. Peace.
Right, bless.
Peace, man. Peace.
One.